It is my great pleasure to join you at the China-South Africa Young Scientist Exchange Symposium. Very coincident. Yesterday evening, I was also here in this famous CSIR center. Uh, attend the China-South Africa Youth Exchange Night hosted by China-South Africa Young Federation. This event deepens my understanding of South Africa's youth day, youth men's, and younger generation. 50 years ago, the Soweto uprising launched by young students quickly evolved into a nationwide resistance movement and became a key turning point in the struggle against apartheid, ultimately advancing South Africa's democratic transformation. Youth Month was established not only to honor the courage sacrificed of South African youth in the struggle, but also to inspire today young people to rise to new challenge. This actually reminds me about China's Youth Day. Every year, 5th May 4th is our Youth Day. On May 1st, 1919, 100 years ago, a great patriotic and revolutionary movement against imperialism and federalism broke out in China. It was spearheaded by progressive young intellectuals and joined by people from all walks of life, and is known as the May 5th movements. What makes today's event fitting is that during the May 4th movement, Chinese thinkers personified the two core ideas of democracy and science as gentlemen. We called it Mr. Democracy, in Chinese, 德先生, and Mr. Science, we called it 赛先生 in Chinese. This movement laid important ideological and organization groundwork for the founding of China Communist Party. On July 1st, as Minister Nsimandi mentioned, 1921, 5 years later after ANC founded, right? The CPC was established, and we will soon celebrate this year's CPC's 105 years anniversary. It's fair to say that May 5th movement and the founding of the Communist Party of China profoundly shaped the course of China's recent history. History has shown that the youth of both China and South Africa have stepped forward at critical historical moments, becoming pioneer in the pursuit of progress, democracy, science, and justice. But we also understand, we Chinese know, we cannot just stay in history. We need work for future. We should keep the spirit as a revolutionary, but at the same time, we must become a developer for future. That is why when China take the policy of open up and reform in 1980s, we have two big political slogan. One is knowledge is power, and scientist is the first productivity. Even today, we still believe that is one of our principles to develop our country. Young people are the most dynamic force in our scientists, and science is the most powerful engine of human progress. I believe that is why South Africa designated July as Science Month, following Youth Month in June. As we hold the China-South Africa Young Scientists Symposium today, bringing together the two most powerful forces of innovation, youth, and science to promote the responsible use of technology through solidarity and cooperation is very important for the innovation-driven development of both countries and for global sustainable development as a whole. Most of you are scientists. You may know the recent geopolitical fight China was facing. We were sanctioned by some country to block, especially in the high-tech sector. Several years ago, under our government's strong leadership, we make a decision. We have to develop our own independent science and technology. I can brief you, my dear friends, we make some great progress. For example, in the semiconductor chip making and AI development, we don't have other choice. That is the reality. We realize that we have the confidence to meet this challenge, but we count on those proud young scientists. Dear young friends, dear guests, the science and technology cooperation, especially exchange and collaboration among young scientists, have always been one of the most dynamic and productive area of China-Africa bilateral relationship. I wish to take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to South Africa Department of Science, Technology and Innovation and Minister Blad Nchimandi yourself for your outstanding leadership and vision in advancing this partnership. And thank you to the scientists, especially those young scientists present here today from universities and research institutes. Your support for the participation in China-South Africa science and technology cooperation have made great contribution to deepen bilateral relations, advancing discovery at the science frontier, and promoting sustainable development. China attaches importance to youth exchange and cooperation. We are committed to create more opportunities for mutual learning, understanding, and the friendship between the young people of our two countries. In recent years, the Chinese government has supported many South African young people to study and exchange in China through government scholarships, short-term training courses, and other initiatives. In terms of science, technology, and innovation, programs such as the China-Africa Young Scientists Exchange, today's event, and the Talent Young Scientist Program, joint research programs, and the joint laboratories have facilitated growing numbers to visits and exchange between young scientists of both countries. This exchange enhanced mutual understanding and friendship and fostered programmatic science and technology cooperation. Even though our two countries are ocean apart, our bonds of friendship remain strong. China and South Africa, as well as the broader African continent, enjoy a long-standing and profound friendship. This year also marks the year of China-Africa people-to-people exchange year, announced by our head of states from both sides, covering science and technology, youth, culture, education, and other fields are being carried out between China and African countries. Last November, China and South Africa jointly launched the initiative of supporting Africa's modernization during the sideline meeting of G20 Johannesburg summit, which not only responds to Africa's development aspiration, but also represents a create step by China and South Africa toward building a community with a shared future for mankind. Today's China South Africa Young Scientist Exchange Symposium is an important event in the year of China Africa people to people exchange. The programmatic exchange between young scientists from China and South Africa can not only promote the mutual growth of our scientists and advance cooperation across the various fields, but also serve as an important measure to respond to implement the initiative of supporting Africa's modernization. In conclusion, China will, as always, work to create conditions for the support more young scientists from both countries in academic exchange, joint research, and collaborative innovation, injecting youthful energy and scientific momentum into China, South Africa, all around strategic relationship in the new era. I wish today's symposium very successful. I thank you.